Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Am I visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where is? Okay. Just hold on, please. For a while. Okay.
A very warm morning to all of you. I welcome all the principals of pharmacy institutes across Maharashtra who have successfully registered for this workshop. I also welcome all the delegates, teaching faculty members across Maharashtra who have registered for this workshop, e-conference, eFDP. My colleagues, today, here we are in the 5th day of this eFDP under UGC Pharma scheme on NAAC Accreditation A Way Towards Quality Education. And today, we are enough fortunate that we are having Dr. Anil Dongre sir, who is a professor, director and head, PG Department, School of Management Studies, KBC North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, Maharashtra. So I welcome him very heartily for this first session of 5 days FDP. And for this session, we are having with us Mr. K.M. Karande sir, Assistant Professor and HOD, Department of Pharmaceutics of our institute, and Mr. Sarang Mahamuni sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, as a chairperson and co-chairperson respectively. So I'm just handing over the charge of this session to Mr. K.M. Karande sir. Over to Karande sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Really, sir, it's a great honor to me to chair this session, the speaker of which is an eminent personality in the area of management, finance, business, as well as organizational behavior. In fact, we all, including all participants, are fortunate enough to have Dr. Anil Dongre sir with us. And definitely his session, which will start within a short while from now, would be a knowledgeable feast for all of us. Theme of his talk would be do's and don'ts during peer team visit. So with this, I welcome Dr. Anil Dongre sir on behalf of organizing committee for this wonderful FDP. There is one request to all participants. Kindly float their questions in the chat box. At the end of his talk, we are going to have an open session where all questions will be answered by today's eminent speaker. So with this, now I request co-chairman of this session, Mr. Sarang Mahamuni sir, to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Anil Dongre sir. So Mahamuni sir, over to you sir now.
Okay. Good morning, all of you, and thank you, Karinde sir. I, Sarang Mahamuni, Assistant Professor from Satara College of Pharmacy, Satara. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our today's speaker. We are pleased to have Professor Dr. Anil Dongre, very specific from School of Management Studies, उपयते बहिते चौधरी, North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. Dr. Anil Dongre is presently working as professor, director, and the head of the PG department at the School of Management Studies from the same university. He also working as a head of the department at Dr. Ambedkar Thought School of Studies from the same university, and he faced many administrative posts during his career. He has been handling various academic posts like lecturer, reader, associate professor, and a professor at the School of Management Studies from the KBC North Maharashtra University since from 2007 up to 2013. He has completed his PhD in management from North Maharashtra University, and he has also completed BSc MBA in Finance and Marketing from Nagpur University. He also qualified UGC Net in Management from University Grand Commission. He is expert in various areas such as financial management, organizational behavior, international finance, and business. He has filed one patent, published 4 books, 9 articles in books with 2 case studies. With that, published 8 articles in well-known and reputed daily news and magazines. Around 54 research papers has been published in recognized and approved national and international journals by the Dr. Anil Dongre sir. In the regarding of 6 students have been completed the PhD program successfully under his keen guidance, and 4 students pursuing the PhD under his guidance. Sir has organized and conducted 18 national and international conferences and workshops, and also delivered 38 national and international expert talk in his lifetime.
Mahamuni sir?
So with this, I request Professor Dongre sir to proceed for today's presentation. Over to you, Dongre sir.
Please share my screen. Allow me the share option.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have been allowed to share the screen. Yes, your screen is visible, sir.
So okay. So is my PPT visible to all?
Yes, it is visible, sir.
So at the outset, I would like to thank Principal of the Pharmacy College, Dr. Kailash Karande, Mr. Sagar Mahamuni,
Hello, I am audible.
Dr. Vinod Mukhade, and as special thanks go to Dr. Mukhade, as he, is instrumental in inviting me for these very important lectures uh, for preparing uh, and implementing NAAC modalities while going for the assessment. So I'm very much thankful to Dr. Vinod Mukhade, Kailash Karande, and Sarang Mahamuni, and the principal of the college at the outset. So my topic is do's and don't during NAAC peer team. And though this topic is simply confined to do and don't during NAAC peer team, but by and large, it has been associated, it has been steeply associated with those doors during the qualifications entire NAAC process carried out by institutions, carried by the university as a whole. So, when I discuss about do's and don'ts during NAAC peer team visit, you just open up your mind. This do's and don'ts is not confined to the day of the visit, but it is the scope of it is is sprawl all across the period or entire period during which the college and institutions prepared for the NAAC and assessment. So, by and large, peer team is responsible for 30% qualitative assessment. Probably since last 4 days, everybody aware about the fact that there are 7 criteria. That 7 criteria bifurcate into 34 key indicators. I'm talking about, university, and if it is concerned with affiliated college, the 7 criteria bifurcate into 31 or comprises of 31 key indicators for affiliated college. This 31 key indicators again subdivided into 35 qualitative matrices and 58 quantitative matrices. And if it is PG institute or PG department, then the qualitative measures are 36 in numbers, and there is some disturbance. Okay, so quantitative measures are there in 16 all across the 7 criteria. So peer team by and large is responsible for assessment of 35 qualitative matrices divided into 7 criteria, that is curriculum aspect, teaching and learning evaluation, research, innovation and extension, infrastructure and learning resources, student support progression, governance, leadership and management, and institutional values and best practices. So mind well, the participant, the peer team is though responsible for 30% assessment, but this 30% assessment is altogether associated with the 70% quantitative matrices. See, this qualitative analysis arrived at by the institutions, by the the college or university while preparing SSR is by and large based on the quantitative aspect as well. So though it seems to be 30% assessment, it has great bearance on the gradations of institutions and college. Okay, so what are the do's? So as I said that 30% is very 30% has having very bearance on other 70%, and it reflected through SSR. What are the do's and don'ts that you'll have to take it in your mind while visiting the peer team into institutions or in college? So peer team are the span of working of team, uh, you know, is to before and before and during meeting. So peer team not only responsible for assessing the institute on-site visit, but they assess the institute or the college before the meeting. As your SSR is available to them before 15 days before, as per the NAAC criteria. Your SSR, then student survey, then informations pertaining to 36 qualitative indices beforehand available to the peer team. So by considering this fact, peer team has a span of control before the meeting as well as during the on-site meeting. So peer team for assessing what institutions or college has to do and don't, they must have to understand what peer team do before the meeting. So peer team, as I told you, they receive the SSR, they receive the informations about qualitative matrices, they receive the information about student survey before 15 or 20 days from the NAAC. Then before meeting, peer team read out self-study report and related institutional material thoroughly to understand institute and its a context of operation. So mind well, the peer team comprises of 3 members: chairman, member coordinator, and one other member. So SSR has been analyzed by these peer team members 36 degree in 36 degree, because 3 people have 3 different perceptions, 3 people have 3 different outlook and thinking when they go through the SSR. Okay, so the dissections of SSR carried out by the peer team member beforehand. Mind well, team read out what peer team do before meeting. They read out thoroughly the self-study report, and not only one person responsible for that, but chairman, member coordinator, and other supporting members, they read out with different angle. So then it is become very important task for the institutions what to present, what to do when institutions do visit the college, or sorry, peer team do visit the institute. Before going to discuss what do's and don't that college or institute have to follows, let's have a brief outlook about what peer team do before the meeting. As I told, that they thoroughly read the self study report with different angle, as three persons associate in reading and analyzing the ssr. Then team identify the probes. There is a problem in your Zoom. I suppose it is not paid. There is a problem. And so team identify the probes for collecting the complete information. The complete information. Now see, peer team, what what they do, they identify the probe. They identify the probe means they review the various documents, they review the are they assess, or they interact with the various stakeholders, and by that way they keenly probe what the college and institutions mentioned in their ssr. So probing is what peer team do. They probe, literally they probe the documentary evidence. They procure the information through interactions with various stakeholders like management, student, alumnus, sometimes recruiters, and sometimes the people from a state government or industry. Then third things, what peer team do before meeting is they prepare draft report based on SSR submitted, both quantitative and evaluative reports. Now what I said, though peer team is not indulge with the quantitative analysis, but quantitative terms do matters for the peer team. For example, see, your library, how many numbers of books are there? Now this talked about the quantity. What sort of equipment do you have in your laboratory that that talks about the quantity? So peer team prepare a draft report based on SSR submitted, which is based both on quantitative and evaluative reports submitted
Dongre sir, hello.
Sorry to interrupt.
I would say that though I am talking about do's and don'ts during peer team visit, but it has bearance on entire NAAC preparation. So I would like to have my experience with one college. In qualitative matrices, say for example 1.1, 1.1. So qualitative matrices 1.11 indicate that, or they ask in SSR, the institution ensure effective curriculum delivery through well-planned and documented process. Now, mind well, while mentioning informations about that ensuring effectivity about curriculum delivery, that particular college has mentioned that they have maintained a regular diary and action plan and other means of evaluation, suitable teaching aid, various methods and other related activities. These were the brief of what they mentioned in for justifying the effective curriculum delivery. For effective curricular delivery, college do maintain regular diary and action plan and other means of evaluation, suitable teaching aid, various methods and other related activities. Now, when I read out this explanation, my impressions for the college gone down before the meeting, before the visit. See, whenever you put your expression, whenever you put your explanation for justifying the various qualitative attributes, you need not to be ambiguous. This is don't for institution. So when the peer team visit, and if you mention for effective curriculum delivery, the college and the concerned department, they do maintain regular diary and action plan. So when I visit that college and I ask to the department, only out of 13 departments, only 3 departments were able to produce regular diary and action plan by their faculty. And 11 department has not maintained the regular diary and action plan. So those here is that whatever you do mention in your SSR, that the documentary evidence, because documentary evidence that college and department and concern must have to produce during the on-site visit, during the peer team visit. Because what I said, peer team identify the probe. So I carried out the probe and I asked them to produce the regular diary and action plan, but 11 department failed to produce regular diary and action plan. So you don't mention such, justification which cannot be documentary produced during the on-site visit. Keep this thing in your mind. Those only those things, mention only those things in your SSR for which the documentary evidence available to you. Don't mention the ambiguous things, like they mention other means of evaluation. Now, when somebody mentioned like that, other means of evaluation, suitable teaching aid, various method, other related activity, this is the absurd pronoun used by the college or institution, and many colleges do commit this kind of mistake. I'm not I'm not blaming, but these are the few things which always ignored. Using such ambiguous pronoun always hampered the image of the institution. So don't use such kind of or such obscure pronoun like other means, like suitable, like various, like other related activity. Do only or mention only clear informations in the SSR. For example, uh, when I visit one engineering college, then I found that they clearly justify their explanation pertaining to effective curricular delivery. So for effective curricular delivery, the suitable teaching aid like video lecture, like webinar, like workshop and seminar conducted by various departments that has been mentioned in their SSR. Now, when the college or institutions they mention video lecture, webinar, workshop, then they concretize their image in the mind of the assessor, in the mind of the peer team members. So those only concrete things and avoid the obscure pronoun like various means of evaluation, suitable teaching aid. What kind of suitable teaching aid, that doesn't mention, but it is simply the peer team perceive that the college is cheating the peer team. They are bluffing by mentioning such kind of blur and obscure pronoun. So for effective curriculum delivery, department, what is in the hand of the college or institutions, what you can do, you can prepare department wise committee, which committee, then supervising, you can mention supervising by subject expert and person from industry, alumni and researcher. Then you can produce the lesson plan. See, uh, deciding about the curriculum is not in the hand of the college faculty, or is not in the hand of institution, as it has been decided by university through board of studies. So it's a set process everywhere. So you cannot enter into that arena, but still the question is there, what you do for effective curriculum delivery. So to answer this strategically, to answer smartly, to present your smart answer and smart statement in the SSR, you can do, or you can go for providing lesson plan synopsis for classroom teaching. It is in the hand of the institutions or college, but they cannot intrude the framing of syllabus as it is the part and parcel of the university. So do's is that you can prepare lesson plan or synopsis for classroom teaching and make it compulsory for all faculty, because if you mentioned in your SSR, then minutely the team probe that as they mentioned the synopsis, lesson plan synopsis. Now show me the lesson plan synopsis. This is the first thing I will ask whenever I'll visit the institution, whenever I will visit the college. For effective curriculum delivery, upload, as I told you that upload teaching and practical plan on website. So this is in your hand, that upload teaching and practical plan. As I told you that you cannot intrude into the syllabus training. So for effective curriculum delivery, you can upload the teaching and practical plan on website. You can also, if the financial status of your college or institutions is good, then you can use ERP software for preparation of teaching plan, filling of attendance, monitoring and implementation sheets, official communications. Now if you have Microsoft Office, all these license Microsoft Office, all these facilities are available in Microsoft Office. So instead of wasting huge money on ERP software, you can purchase the license. You can, this is loose I'm talking about. You can purchase license copy of Microsoft, and you can have team, you can have uh, uh, all these teaching aid available at your doorstep at very less cost. Then what you can do, this is the case I took for understanding do's and don't when peer team visit. So you can apply these do's and don't for rest of the other parameter as well. Then there is a second qualitative matrices 1.3.1. Institute integrate cross-cutting issues relevant to gender, environmental and sustainability and human values and professional ethics into curriculum. Now what I told, as curriculum is fixed, it cannot be changed by the college, but how you can reflect that you are importing the human values and professional ethics into your organization. Then when you decided to go for NAAC accreditation or cycle 1 or cycle 2 or cycle 3, beforehand you through your IQOC you decide that the programs on cultivating human values, for example strengthening the NSS, many a time strengthening the NSS and strengthening the NCC or MCC is not the prior agenda of the college. But these are what I believe, these are the core values, or these are the avenues for infusing or presenting core values to the team. So do's in this case, these factors which has been secondary for the college or institution, do focus on that. Don't be don't be ignored the importance of such such part and parcel of the college and institution. So ERP is entrepreneurs resource planning. It is a software that is used for used by the industry by and large. It is used in bank. It is used in industry. But nowadays, ERP also is using in educational institution. Like say IAMS, if you visit Vikram Sarabhai library of IAMS, you'll find ERP software for education purpose. Now this is the customized software that is used for chalking out the daily schedule of the teacher that has been used for preparations of timetable, that has been used for even providing marks, displaying marks, and connecting it with the this is the modern tools that used by educational institutions for flipping the classroom. Nowadays, blended learning is a concept that has been emerged in higher education, and through ERP you can impart the blended learning to the student. So these are the do's that you'll have to keep in your mind while visiting the peer team as they probe and they assess the self-study beforehand. One incident again I would like to share with you is that there is mention about rare book in qualitative matrices in key aspect, infrastructure and learning resources criteria 4. So there is mention about rare book. Now many a college failed to grab marking. There is a marking. There is uh, there is a grade for. I'm not sure that being a peer team members, I'll have to share this information. I need to be confined, but there is a mark for maintaining rare book in the institutions or college library. So many a times college and institutions, they do mention that they do have rare book collections of rare book. But when when the peer team visit and they ask for show me the accession book for rare books. So many a times college and institution, they do fail. So don't mention about that you have good collections about the rare book. But if you not do this, or if you ignore these factors, you will lose your mark and it will hamper your grade. So what you do, don't mention about what I said. Don't mention about that you have collections of book in your library if it is not at all. But you will miss. Then what you have to do? Probably before visit or before preparation of SSR, before submission of IIQA, you receive or you strive hard to receive donation and sophisticated donations from the donor. So many times, if you able to even present 10 books, not I am talking about books. If you able to procure 10 books, rare book, which is published before independence or say, for example, before or in 19th century, beginning of 20th century, then and only then it has matter a lot or it has impact positively on the mind of peer team. So Nowadays, if you have access to PDF drive, PDF drive provide, you know, huge opportunity for the people who want to download free books, and which is rare, that has been published. For example, say if you want the books of Pali Text Society. Now Pali Text Society started to publish their books since 1909, or they has been established back in 1875, and they first, William James first produced or first published the books on consciousness by the Pali Text Society. Now it is freely available on the website. So what you can do, you can download that book and take printout of it and make it accessible to your library. So by that way, you can create the collection of rare book and you can earn mark out of that. Because in criteria number 4 in learning resources, there is mentioned about the mention about the rare books. So you can do that. You can download such book from pdfdrive.com, or you can download the ancient script or rare books from the website, which is freely available. Get it, print out it, make it accessible to you into your library, and accordingly you can create the positive impact on the mind of the peer team members. So these are the do's and don'ts which are associated with what peer team do before the meetings. Okay, but mind well, time and again, I'm telling you, I'm bombarding this statement on you, is that do's and don't, these do's and don't not only pertaining the to the during the peer team visit, but it's a scope is sprawl all across the time period when institutions and college do prepared for NAAC. Okay. So mind well, mind well, what do's and what don't during the entire time span of preparations for NAAC that you have to keep in your mind. Proof of contributions toward the core values. Okay. Proof of buildings for strength recognized by the institution. This 5 criteria, which is the part and parcel of your self-study report, is the base for grading. Institutions have to create every proof. They do's is what? They have to create proof. For example, before 2 years, there was no mention about program objective, program specific objective, and course outcome. Now suddenly the parameter has been changed, and nowadays the NAAC or the criteria ask the explanations about the program outcome, program specific outcome, and course outcome. So it become, now see, this is off the record information that I'm sharing. You have to create, if your college, if your college pending for accreditation for year 2019 19, and this particular specifications ask in qualitative matrices by the NAAC. So you need to create POs, you need to create PSOs, and you need to create CO beforehand. You require to create the record. So it talked about proof of contributions toward core values, because PO, PSO, and CO, they are indications of core values, because it talked about the performance, it talked about the employability of the student, it talked about the quality maintained by the college or institution. So prepare your own CO, PO, and PSOs so that it can turn out to be proof of contributions towards your core values. What kind of activity do you organize every time into your organization, whether that lead to core values or not? So records of such programs, records of such activity that reflect the core values of the institutions of the college, that will have to create, and these are the do's for you, for the college, for the institution. If you don't, then probably it will hamper the gradation of your college and institution. Then a third things that will have to keep, our college or institutions have to keep action taken or corrective measure applied to overcome the shortcoming identified by the institution. Keep one thing in your mind: all the 7 criteria, right from teaching learning, research innovation, infrastructure and learning, student support progression, then governance, leadership and management, and institutional values and best practices, have bearing on what kind of action you taken, what kind of corrective measures you apply. So those is that you look at all these criteria, you look at all these criteria from the point of view of action taken or corrective measures you have been implemented to overcome the shortcomings. So identify, do's is identify your shortcomings based on these 7 criteria, and then you decide the corrective measures for it and create the proof of it. If you fail to create the proof of it, then probably it is meaningless for you, it is meaningless for the college, for the institution. Third things that college has to, in do, I'm talking about the effort put from the institution side toward the enhancement of quality. Every time, if if your college plan to go for NAAC, then I experience that there is a grudges between teaching and non-teaching. There is grudges between teaching and management and non-teaching. There is grudges between student and even individual student. So it hampers if faculty faculty, even a single faculty don't have amicable relationship with the student. It hampers, it may get hampered, because one incident I would like to share with you is, when I visit one college, what I found during the interactions with the student. See, when we interact with the student, we didn't allow the office bearer, we didn't allow faculty to sit in the room. So one student raised concern about that faculty, that he got failed by the faculty consistently throughout the years in internal examination, deliberately. Now see, this hampered or this create hindrance, this hampered the image of the college. So mind well, you keep in your mind, you just carried out such effort that institutions from the institution side for enhancement of the quality. If such kind of incident may emerge, if you anticipate it, then don't allow such stakeholders into the college during the on-site visit, during when a team visit to your college. Then your institution SSR must reflect the institution's future plan towards the enhancement of quality. All the 7 criterias must have, or there must be mentioned about future plan, that institutions have this number of equipment with them. Institutions have 60 numbers or 100 computers into their laboratory, but in future college have planned to go for purchasing of other 100 computers. Now mentioning of such things that create positivity in the mind of peer team while assessing. But mind well, when you mention information like this, that you are going to procure another 100 computers, so whenever peer team to visit your department, you must have evidentiary support to that you have been initiated for procuring another computers or equipment, or say, creating infrastructure into your campus or into your college. Now, as I told, peer team do what peer team do. It is very imperative for the college to understand what peer team do during during the meeting. This is somehow this is mistake. What peer team do during the meeting? So peer team visit the institutions on the letter of invitation. Letters invitation. That means the invitations of college. So peer team visit the institutions on the letters invitation. That means the invitations by the college. So it is imperative, being a peer team member, it is imperative for me to be courteous to the personnel of institution. Mind well, though the peer team do observe the shortcomings, do observe various falsity, but they never recognized it in front of the college. They remain very amicable, very courteous, very humble to the faculties, to the staff, to the stakeholder of the college. But at the end, when the college or institution receive the grade, by observing the behavior, they they estimate that, or they predict that they will receive B plus or A plus or AA, and in reality they got the grade C, or say B. Sorry, they got the grade B. Now see, now why this happens? That every time the team was very amicable, very humble, very energetic, and you predicted that you will receive good grade, but in reality it is not do so. So mind well, it has been informed by the NAAC that the peer team, irrespective of every odd they do face in the college while visiting, they need to be courteous, they need to be humble with the institutions. So So peer team do during the meeting always remain humble, always remain courteous. Uh, then peer team collect all information provided by the institution, seek additional information required. Now, when I visit one government college, I found that SSR was not up to the mark. In fact, I made up before the meeting, I made up that college will not receive good rank or good grade. But when I visited the college, I found that it was more than what they have not presented in the SSR. So the attitude of the peer team members of the peer team got changed, because before visit pre-meeting, there is a pre-meeting, what I talked about in my previous slide. There is a pre-meeting. In pre-meeting we have discussed that SSR doesn't reflect good, or they didn't maintain quality in reading of the SSR, and various informations provided by them is not clear. So this was our impression before the visit. But when we actually visited the college, what we found that there is more than what they have not mentioned in what they have not mentioned in the report. So peer team collect the information based on the SSR, and additionally they seek the information which is not, or college failed to procure, or college failed to mention in the SSR. So peer team collect all information and seek additional information as well. So these things you'll have to keep in your mind, that additional informations also can have impact on the peer team. Then peer team takes notes meticulously based on the instructions and review of institutional documents. So when peer team take note meticulously based on interactions and review of the institutional document, mind will, you should be, or the steering, a chairman of steering committee in your college, or coordinator of IQAC, or principal, or any senior faculty must be there when the peer team interact with the stakeholders of your college, because informations provided by them, on the basis of that they prepare a note, they prepare or they take a note meticulously, and accordingly it will reflect while filling the score sheet by the peer team members. Then peer team identify achievement and constraint, strength, weaknesses of the institution. Peer team, what do they identify? Apart from SSR, whatever mentioned in the SSR, they read out. But that is not only criteria to identify the weaknesses and strength, because strength provide opportunity and weaknesses provide threat to institutions. Keep in your mind, if you are able to portray your strength meticulously during on-site visit and in SSR, you will create opportunity for good grade. If you fail to, or if your SSR and your interactions with the peer team during on-site visit reflect the weaknesses, then it poses threat to the institution, and score may get hampered, score get distracted. The mind of the peer team may get distracted when they score, when they fill the score sheet. Then peer team understand the policy of affiliating university, the concerned state government, and the management of the institution. Uh, the team understand the UGC and other national regulatory council policy guideline and regulation regarding the programs and activity. These are the do's by peer team during actual visit to your college or institution. So based on these dues by the peer team members during on-site visit, what do's and don't will have to carry out at the college level. Now see, before visit, before schedule visit, NAAC sent a tentative visit schedule to the institution, requesting it to make changes to suit its context. This is upper hand or this is advantage available to the college without deleting any sessions given in generic schedule. So generic schedule is given or provided by the NAAC, and they ask the college or institutions to make the changes into according to their convenience. So the schedule is finalized by the institutions in consultations with the NAAC. So mind well that you 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 plan the visit of peer team members to the department. Those departments are having their strength. Those department college have identified as a good department in terms of academics, in terms of research, in terms of extension activity. Okay, so you identify which department is good at research, you identify which department is good at extensions activity, which department is good at teaching and academics and learnings. So plan mentioned in your schedule or change the schedule according to the strength of college, according to the strength of your institution. Prepare or compel the NAAC team to visit such a department at once, because first impression is the last impression. Many a times this fact has not been taken into consideration by the college or institution, and whatever the schedule provided by NAAC, accordingly they go for it. But NAAC provide you the flexibility without changing or without deleting any sessions to change the visits or to change the plan of visit according to the concerned department. So identify the department which have upper hand over others, in terms of research, in terms of extension, in terms of learning and academics and learnings. Uh, then be courteous to all stakeholders and maintain professional attitude towards the team members. But I told you that it has been strictly informed by the NAAC to the peer team members that they must be courteous and humble to the college or the stakeholders during visit, irrespective of all odds. Your dues, the dues of college is that you need to be courteous to the all stakeholders, because there might be chances that stakeholder, for example alumni or student or non-teaching, in terms of payments, in terms of salary, in terms of behaviors, they may raise the question during the visit, during the meeting with the stakeholder by the peer team, with the peer team members. So be courteous. Do is that forget about all the grudges. Whenever college decided to go for preparation or going for confronting the NAAC, then you just create the Do's is what you just create the harmonious environment into your institutions, into college, by being courteous to all stakeholders and maintaining professional attitudes towards the team members. That will definitely, will be strength of your college. Then institutions do ensure that adherence to the time schedule and the agenda. See, uh, the traveling schedule of peer team member is already decided by the NAAC. Their stay is already decided by the means deed by it has been the responsibility of NAAC to look after traveling, to look after stay of peer team members. So it is a time bound schedule. As it is time bound schedule of peer team members, it is imperative for for the institution. They must have to ensure this is due, that they have to stick to the time schedule and the agenda. Sometimes, you know, sometimes that when the peer team visit the departments, because of want of impressive presentations by the faculty members or by the data department for creating impressions on the mind of peer team, they kill the time. So short but sweet policy, do or don't be lengthy, but do is you should be short but sweet, so that you can adhere to the time schedule and agenda. Then there should be participation of all members in the discussion. Participation of all members in the discussions is meant that not participations of all members present in the meeting. See, during the meeting with the management or meeting with the principal, there is a member from there is a head of department, there is a member from management committee, principal, IQC director, steering committee chairman is there. This is this is the first step. This is the first meeting carried by the peer team members when they enter into the on-site, when they enter for on-site visit into the campus. But when they enter into the department, then
मेंबरशिप कोणती आहे आपल्याला?
hello, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible?
Sir, audible.
Okay. So when peer team members, when they visit the department, then don't allow all the member present to participate into the interactions with the peer team. So participations of all members in the discussion, those who can justify the questions asked by the peer team, they only can participate or do these things, plan these things, that they only do participate in the discussion. And that does mean participations of all members. It means that those who can justify, they can answer, they can participate, they can interact with the peer team members. Then positive and cordial approach in all interactions is necessary. See, this is very horrendous and tedious task. Sometimes there might be chance that somebody may rude, a student may rude. It happens sometimes. So positive and cordial approach in all interactions is needed. This is dues for the college, dues for the institution. Then professional and objective approach in dealing with assessment process is very much essential. You cannot be routinized your activity. You cannot be casual. So professional and objective approach in dealing with assessment process while team visit the college should be maintained, because there is a code of ethics circulated and is instructed by the NAAC to the peer team members. So professional and effective must be there. See, many a times the college depute sometimes, uh, or many a times, it may be situational. So college depute a person or picking up and picking up the peer team members, look after the stay, carry out their travels from airport, from railway stations, and from place of arrival and place of departure. So they feel that talkative person are the person who is mastery in cajolery or pampering. Such kind of such kind of person deputed to uh, the team members. So this create negative image in the mind of sometimes, not all the times, because person this attitude vary. But many a times, what I observe that the institutions must be very cautious about that the persons who have been deputed with the peer team members must be professional, and he must have possessed the professional attitude and object approach in dealing with the person must be very professional. Otherwise, pampering and cajolery will negatively hampered mind, negatively hamper the mind of peer team members. So this is do's and don't while dealing with the peer team members in campus and of the campus as well, whenever whatever period for which the peer team members is with you. During the visit library, this is very important. During the visit to the library, team may focus on management of library and information system. So those is keep update about management of library and information system. What kind of software you are using, whether you are maintaining accession register or not, whether you are maintaining visiting register or not. So these are the minute aspects that college do not take care much about it. So when peer team do visit the library, management of library and information services must be keep updated. Library services provided to the users must be keep updated. Extent of use of services and the library holdings and its update is necessary whenever the visit the library and learning resources. Then, as I told you that the peer team members understand the policy of operating university, state government, and management of the institution in of the college. So, dues for college is that they must have to invite affiliating university or the person from affiliating university or representative from affiliating university and the state higher education department must be invited. It is a responsibility of the college that they must have to invite the concerned authority from affiliating college and state government. Say for example, joint director. So there must be presence of joint director in university or in college during the day of. It is not must, but it may create the positive image of the college, and ultimately it has bearing while filling the score sheet by the peer team members. So these are some do's and don't when peer team visit during the meeting. Now the last not least, in fact, this is the very first do's by the institutions welcoming the peer team. Don't be casual while welcoming the peer team. The case which I was referred, that our impressions was very bad when we had a pre-meeting with the chairman, when I had a pre-meeting with the chairman. But when we visited the department, then that college has, welcomed us traditionally. And that traditions, they took it from the local culture. They The college not welcomed, in routine matter, in routine manners, but they welcome in traditional. They welcome us traditionally using the local culture. How they welcome the guest in their houses. That process or that kind of tradition they adopted while welcoming the peer team. So Mindwell did the first impression, what we came with the impression that has been immediately changed when we observed that fascinating welcoming. See, there is no pampering at all into the welcome performed by the student. So no faculty was indulged in welcoming us, but all the students, more than 200 students, were they wear garland, they wear hats, and a small bowl they had on their heads. So traditionally they welcomed us. Okay, so local culture they adopted to welcome the peer team, and ultimately first impression or impression got changed when we entered or when we land up on the gate of the institution. So Mindwell, while welcoming your peer team, use your student resources, use your NSS unit. If not all the student, for example, boys and girls, use your NSS unit, use your NCC unit to welcome the peer team. Then the NCC unit of that college salute us, or they salute us when they gathered. All the student gathers faculty along with the faculty, and they ask for 5 minutes, and they salute us, and they go for constitutional place, and they provide us the customized bouquet for us. Now, constitutional place and customized bouquet is not the diurnal routines, or one cannot observe in the college, one cannot observe in the urban areas. But though that college was in urban areas, though that college was the higher education institution, they greet us with the constitutional place, and they provide us the customized bouquet along with salutations by the national cadet corps unit of that college. So this is how first impression, you know, long last in the mind of peer team, and positivity do emerge while assessing, while interacting, while probing the documents, while checking out the files, while interacting with the non-teaching staff, while interacting with the alumnus and student, while even while even verifying the equipments in the gym or in laboratory, and so forth. So while welcoming the peer team, though this is the last slide, but this is first do while visiting the peer team, that use your student resources for welcoming the peer team, and reflect your core values through constitutional plays, by providing customized bouquet, by providing customized garlanding, and so on, so forth. So this is all about do's and don'ts during the peer team visit in the campus or in college or in institutions. Mind well, in brief, I would say, while identifying do's and don'ts, you first identify the do's and don'ts of peer team before the visit and during the visit, and then you enlist your do's and don'ts accordingly. It will definitely fetch good gradations to your college. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you very much, sir. It was really a nice deliberation. Now the session is open for question answer. Sir, few questions are there. Shall I go ahead, Dongre sir?
Yes,
Okay, sir.
yes.
Sir, first question is, what is ERP software?
That I have been already explained. ERP, that enterprise resource planning. Previously, it was meant for planning the production process at the industry. But nowadays, there is a ERP software for educational institution as well, which provide easiness in time scheduling, which provide easiness in planning the lectures, which provide which provide the facilitations for blended learning, which provide which provide access to the student when they are off the campus, through emails, through various media, and so on and so forth. It is the customized software depending on the needs of the educational institutions. They do create it in consultations with the software developers.
Okay, sir. Fine. One more question is there, sir. Is rare book covering the part of syllabus should be considered? Can college purchase books containing human values, ethics, social services as a part of a rare book collection?
Generally not.
Yeah.
Rare books are the books which are not easily available, which are which are useful to groom the mind of student apart from the curriculum. you know uh, Curriculum actually provide knowledge to the student, but knowledge is not sufficient. Knowledge is not sufficient for grooming up. It's a experience is sufficient. Experience is needed, and experience lead knowledge. For example, say, if the child in the school, sit in the classroom, they receive the knowledge. So it is meaningless as that knowledge percolate from teacher to student, or from book to teacher to student. But when the student read out the books pertaining to the experience, okay, theory of experience, then ultimately he lead to knowledge, and that will help it out to him or her to shape up his mind. So book apart from reference, apart from apart from curriculum, must be there into your library, specifically say pertaining to philosophy, pertaining to building the knowledge, shaping experience and personality, pertaining to the ancient script, pertaining to various uh, various what I would say religion. So these are the rare books, but the books covering the part of syllabus cannot be considered as a rare book. Yes, college can purchase books containing human values, ethics, social values, but that should be published. It should be quite old publication. Yes. Next.
Okay. Anybody else want to ask any question? Okay, sir. I think no more any questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
Sir, there is pertaining to books also. Sir, some books are out of print now, but those are having 60, 70 years old printing. Can we consider as those rare books for our particular pharmacy field? Those are out of print books.
Yes. 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 Yes, yes, you can consider. You can consider. In fact, you can create a separate stake in your college library for
Okay,
such
sir.
book. Those books are out of print. You can consider. You can treat it as a rare book, but you can create a separate stake for them.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sometimes you ask for the donations of the book as well. Before going for NAAC, before going to NAAC, you identify the donors who have collections of old book. Even the story book can be a rare book, that can be part and parcel of your library. Story books.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you, sir, for
Yes.
Mokesh, sir, just a minute. Thank you, sir, because you are accepted our request as you were telling that just organize the webinar at 10 p.m., 10 a.m. and you accepted our request for 10:30. Thank you for that. And really a wonderful session you have conducted, and you have given a real very good insight regarding which are the do's and don'ts for peer time visits, because this is actually you have explained your real life experiences being assessor to the NAAC inspections. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Hello.
Yes.
Now I request Mahmuni sir to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I apologize about the interruption during the introduction, sir. So I will move towards the vote of thanks. So it is my immense pleasure and the privilege to propose the vote of the thanks on the behalf of Satara College of Pharmacy, Satara. I would like to thank today's eminent speaker, Dr. Anil Dongre, Professor and Director, School of Management Studies from Kavayatri Bahinabai Chaudhary, North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. Sir has insight most all the important points regarding the do's and the don'ts during the peer team visit, and gives most emphasis on a real life example about the peer team visit. Thank you, sir, for magnificent talk on the today's topic. And I also grateful to propose a vote of the thanks to the Rayat Shikshan Sanstha, Yashwantrao Chavan Institute of Sciences, Satara, for organizing this faculty development program. I would like to thank all the organizing committee members, and I grateful to Dr. N.H. Chalurkar, Principal, Satara College of Pharmacy, Satara, for their continuous support to organizing such FDP programs. And also thankful to all the participants from the mentee institutes and the colleges for their active participation. And last but not the least, I also thankful to all the members and supportive staff from Satara College of Pharmacy, Satara, for their direct and indirect support. With due permission of all the dignitaries and the organizing committee, I conclude that the today's first session is over. Thank you once again, all of you. Over to Dr. Suryavanshi sir. Thank you once.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dongre sir, and thank you very much, Mahamuni sir. Now, we are moving toward the second session, today's second session.
So should I leave the meeting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No issue, sir. So, again, welcome back for this second session of day 5, eFDP under UG Parma scheme on NAAC accreditation, a way towards quality education. So, to deliver the second session, we are having with us Dr. Bharat Tekade sir, who is a professor in pharmaceutics, Konkan Gyanpit Rahul Dharkar College of Pharmacy and Research Institute, Karjat, Maharashtra. For today's session, again, we are having with us Mrs. Salunke ma'am, who is Assistant Professor at Department of Pharmaceutics. As a chairperson and a co-chairperson will be Mr. Avinash Bhosle, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry of our institute. So I'm handing over the charge to Salunke ma'am. Salunke ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Hello. Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.